Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the championship game of the 2026 CCAA Men's Basketball Tournament here at Kellogg Arena on the campus of Cal Poly Pomona. In this match, the number 3 seeded Lumberjacks of Cal Poly Humboldt are facing the number 1 seed Pioneers of Cal State East Bay. With our automatic vote to the NCAA tournament on the line. At this time, we ask you to please rise and lift your hats. We honor America and those who support our freedom at home and abroad with playing the Star-Spangled Banner by the Cal Poly Humboldt Marching Lumberjack Band. The Cal Poly Humboldt Lumberjacks. Introducing the starting lineup for the Lumberjacks. At guard, 5'10" junior from Arcata, California, number 10, Brandon Bento Jackson. At guard, a 6'2" senior from Belle Glade, Florida, number 15, Ron Jenkins. At guard, a 6'4" senior from Atascadero, California, number 20, Drew Ardoin. At forward, a 6'8" junior from Buckeye, Arizona, number 22, Zivion Figure. And at center, a 6'11" senior from Cairo, Egypt, number 44, Shakir Adwinu. The head coach for the Lumberjacks is TJ Brew. And now, let's meet the number 1 seed and designated home team. Entering the game with a record of 29-0. The Cal State East Bay Pioneers.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 2026 CCAA Tournament Final, live on Flow College and on YouTube. I'm Ernesto Madrigal Rodriguez. We are down to two teams. The number 3 seed, the Cal Poly Humboldt Lumberjacks, 17-13 overall, finishing 13-9 in CCAA, and they take on the number 2 nationally ranked Cal State East Bay Pioneers, 29-0. And the Pioneers seeking their first ever CCAA tournament championship. They're the last unbeaten team in all of NCAA. Both teams with stellar performances in the semifinal yesterday, and we are underway. And it's Pioneer basketball wearing the white uniforms, Cal Poly Humboldt wearing the black. What a win it was yesterday for Cal Poly Humboldt, taking down the number 2 seed Cal State Dominguez Hills. And Cal State East Bay starting off strong. Jaden Bush with the made bucket as the Pioneers, they took down Cal Poly Pomona yesterday. Lumberjack basketball. Here's Shakir Oduano, Xavion Binyard. They'll get it into Jenkins. They tried to pass it to Oduano, but they turn it over. Pioneers to the CCAA Player of the Year, Tyree Campbell kicks it out. Lots of East Bay supporters. Not only are they the designated home team, they certainly have lots of spectators here from Kellogg Arena on the campus of Cal Poly Pomona, the site of the 2026 CCAA tournaments. 3-point attempt won't go for Ramsey Huff, and here come the Cal Poly Humboldt Lumberjacks, led by their first-year head coach, DJ Broom, establishing a winning culture immediately as his team is in the CCAA tournament final. And the Pioneers led by Brian Rooney, CCAA Coach of the Year, as the Pioneers get a steal. Here comes Huff, trying to split the defense, puts it up, can't score, but the recovery is there, and a made bucket for Joshua E.J. A quick 4-0 start for Cal State East Bay, number 2 in the latest NABC national rankings. Cal State East Bay, the last remaining unbeaten team. They became the first team in CCAA history to go undefeated in the 22 regular game season format, and they became the first team since the 1992-93 Cal State University Bakersfield to go undefeated in CCAA play. 33 years since we last saw an undefeated team, and they're playing for their first ever CCAA tournament championship. Brandon Bento Jackson from 3, and Brandon Bento Jackson, one of the best three-point shooters, shooting over 43% this year. And the Lumberjacks get their first bucket. First ever appearance in the CCAA championship game for the Pioneers. Cal Poly Humboldt, it's their third appearance in the CCAA tournament. Their first appearance since 2016 as Brandon Bento Jackson. That one won't fall in. 5-3 Pioneers, as we will crown a CCAA tournament champion. And will the Pioneers continue their undefeated streak, or will DJ Broom lead his team in his first year to a conference tournament championship? Campbell for 3! Tyree Campbell, the CCAA Player of the Year. 14 points per game, 10th in the league in scoring, leading the league in assist-to-turnover ratio, second in three-point percentage. He knocks that one in. Here's Rob Jenkins trying to pass it inside to Oduano, but it gets kicked away by Jaden Bush. Brian Rooney, the Cal State East Bay head coach, second time he's won the CCAA Coach of the Year award, his first coming in the 2018-19 season. Winner of today's game will get an automatic bid into the NCAA tournament as Oduano scores on his first try. And how about the performance from Shakir Oduano yesterday? A 30-point double-double. He was a machine at the free throw line, 34 points and 12 boards. He's got the most points scored out of any player in the CCAA tournament, and it's 8-5. Campbell one-on-one with Jenkins. Campbell goes to his left, goes to his right. Ball gets stripped away. Xavion Binyard with the flush. All CCAA first team selection. Xavion Binyard having a fantastic CCAA tournament. A huge reason why the Lumberjacks are where they are right now. 8-7 score. Pioneers up by 1. And that's a deep three for Foy. That won't go in. Oduano tips it to Jenkins. East Bay, of course, winning the first 2 meetings between these 2 teams. More on that in just a second as the Lumberjacks have it. Here's Jenkins. Drew Arduin with the basketball right here. Back to Jenkins. Lumberjacks down by a point. Can take a lead right here. They feed it to Oduano. Oduano puts it up. Can't score. Hits the deck. Good defense there from Jalen Foy. Bush spins around. Off of the glass. Won't go. Binyard with the rebound. Here comes Brandon Bento Jackson. Ball gets poked away. Keeps the possession. Brandon Bento Jackson, his mother is the coach of the Cal Poly Humboldt Lumberjacks women's basketball team. There's Rob Jenkins, the senior. Jenkins kicks it back out to Brandon Bento Jackson. There's 4 on the shot clock. Brandon Bento Jackson, ball gets poked away, and they're not going to get a shot off, are the Lumberjacks. And a shot clock violation and a turnover. What a start. 8-7 lead for the undefeated Pioneers. It's the 2026 CCAA Tournament Final, and it's live on Flow College and on YouTube.
The table will be open in the lobby from halftime, so stop by and grab some gear today.
8-7 lead for the Pioneers. What a start to our CCAA tournament final. Well, how did we get here, right? It all started on Thursday. Cal Poly Humboldt taking down the number 6 seed, Cal State San Marcos. And then yesterday, taking down the number 2 seed, Cal State Dominguez Hills Toros. Taking down the national runner-up from a season ago, Cal Poly Humboldt, on a tremendous season led by their first-year head coach, DJ Broom. And Cal State East Bay taking down the home team, Cal Poly Pomona, yesterday, 62-52. And I brought up a few moments ago the first meeting between these two teams. East Bay winning that game 95-53. A 42-point win for Cal State East Bay. That was their largest win of the year for the Pioneers, but the second meeting a lot closer. East Bay scathing by with an 86-84 win. We'll see how this one plays out in our CCAA tournament final. Feed it inside, and a nice hook shot there from Takai Emerson Hardy. Oduano was right there protecting the rim, but a nice finish from Takai Emerson Hardy, and the Lumberjacks down by 3 have the basketball. Wayne Hampton III is in the ball game. A couple of game winners at the buzzer for the Lumberjacks as Oduano, right by the rim, is able to finish. And it's back to a 1-point game. A lot of the reserves coming in the game for Cal State East Bay right now, as we have a whistle and an illegal screen called. Actually, an offensive foul called against Amari Campbell there. So a foul against the Pioneers. It's going to be Lumberjack basketball with a chance to take a lead. As we mentioned before, Brian Rooney, the CCAA Coach of the Year. And I got a chance to talk to both coaches for a little bit. Both coaches, high energy, high spirit. Both coaches with smiles on their faces. DJ Broom was very happy with this team, the way they played in yesterday's game. And I asked him, well, how did you feel with that final shot by Dominguez in the final second? They could have won it at the buzzer. And DJ Broom just looked at me with a straight face and said, I knew that wasn't going in. So DJ Broom, confident in his team as they have been performing well. Brian Rooney all smiles as well when I got a chance to say hello to him earlier. Very excited about this opportunity. Right to the corner for Jenkins. Jenkins can't hit the three. Campbell with the rebound. Campbell running in transition. Oh, what a dime to Kai Emerson Hardy with 4 points off of the bench. And Amari Campbell, averaging 3 assists per game this year, connects with his first dime of the game. And the Lumberjacks go back up by 3. Wayne Hampton gets to the bucket, gets rejected, but he gets it right back, and that's going to be a foul against Williams. And somewhat of a hard foul from Williams right there. And I believe the officials, and they are. They're going to take a look at this and to see if whether or not that they could upgrade this one to a flagrant foul. A hard foul from Williams. The Pioneers leading by 3. As this next play is going to be under review. We'll step aside for a moment in the CCAA tournament final. (12-9) score in favor of the Pioneers. As that last foul by Williams, Matthew Williams, a senior from Sparks, Nevada, that play is under review to see if whether or not it gets upgraded to a flagrant foul. What a journey it has been for both of these programs. Last year, Cal Poly Humboldt, their coach Chris Tift left Cal Poly Humboldt to take the Cal State San Bernardino job. DJ Broom, who was an assistant at the University of Montana, taking the head coaching job. Actually a former player at Cal Poly Humboldt, returning to his alma mater to lead the Lumberjack team. And the Lumberjacks, they were in the CCAA tournament last year, and they returned for a second consecutive year. But how about the Cal State East Bay Pioneers? They finished 9-13 in CCAA. They missed the CCAA tournament a year ago, finishing 7th. And for Brian Rooney, 4th time he has taken this East Bay team to the CCAA tournament. And it appears that that last foul is going to be called and upgraded to a flagrant. Wow, so a flagrant called against Williams. And now Brian Rooney letting the officials know, pleading his case, saying that shouldn't have been a foul. Is just trying to get a block there was Williams. And now free throws for Wayne Hampton III. And back to the point on Rooney for just another moment. Rooney could be in line for another West Region Coach of the Year award. Another brilliant season. Wayne Hampton III missing the free throw. So 2 free throws for the Lumberjacks, and they'll get possession. And Wayne Hampton makes 1 of 2. Boy, I recommend going to CCAA's social media page, their Instagram page, and checking out Wayne Hampton's game winners against San Bernardino and Chico State earlier this year. Those were some clutch buckets. It's been a magical season for the Lumberjacks, I should say, this year. For the Pioneers as well, right? How about Brian Rooney? He's going to go get the ball himself. 12-10 score. Lumberjack basketball. Wayne Hampton trying to find someone. He'll get it into Binyard, but it's stolen, but out of bounds. Kai Emerson Hardy coming off of the bench with a couple of buckets and a deflection right there. So they'll get it into Brandon Bento Jackson. who knocked in his first three-point attempt of the game. Lumberjacks 4 of 7 from the field. Pioneers 5 of 10. Trying to use the window is Hampton III, and Otuano scores and gets fouled. That's a lot of what we saw yesterday, as Otuano will go to the free throw line yet again. Shakir Otuano shot 20 free throws yesterday, but he made 16 of them yesterday. He went 16 of 20 from the line, 34 points, 12 rebounds, and a steal in yesterday's win, but he misses his first free throw attempt. And it's all tied up at 12, so Otuano failing to give the Lumberjacks the lead. 12 and a half minutes left in our first half of our CCAA tournament final. Amari Campbell kicks it to Peyton White. White can't hit on the three. Otuano with the rebound, just swinging his arms around, and a foul called against the Pioneers. So Williams gets called for the foul. Lumberjacks are going to bring in Josh EJ, the CCAA Defensive Player of the Year, leading the league in blocks. A little surprising he comes in this late into the first half. Had not played in the first 8 minutes of the game. But nonetheless, EJ comes in. Lots of depth on this Cal State East Bay team. Lumberjacks with the chance at a lead. Looking for their first lead of the game. Here's Wayne Hampton III off of the screen from Binyard. They kick it out. Here's Durrell Thomas. And a good closeout by the Pioneer defense. Wayne Hampton III drives, and it's stolen away. But too long of a pass for Takai Emerson Hardy. And that'll take us into another break. It'll be Lumberjack basketball, all tied up at 12. We're going to crown a CCAA champion. Will it be the Pioneers or will it be the Lumberjacks? .12 is our score, all tied up. And again, the Pioneers winning by 42 points in the first meeting back on January the 10th. And in the second meeting, Pioneers only winning by 4. That's been the evolution of this Lumberjack team. Something happened in January where this team came together. They're playing for one another. They're playing for their head coach, DJ Broom. 12-12 is our score. Lumberjacks in their third CCAA tournament final appearance. Their first since 2016. Cal State East Bay in their first ever CCAA tournament final appearance. They won their first ever regular season crown this year, and unable to score was Tyreek McNeil, and a foul is called against the Lumberjacks. So the foul's going to go against Tyreek McNeil, and it's going to be Pioneer basketball. 9 shots for the Lumberjacks, they've made 5. 11 shots for the Pioneers, they've made 5. 12 all in half one. And falling to the floor is Jaden Bush. A little loose right there with the basketball. Here's Foy. Peyton White with it. He drives. What a finish. No. As Binyard gets the rebound. Boy, White gliding to the rim. Dangerous pass. And somehow Thomas comes up with it. And last touch by the Pioneers. That's that pesky defense that Pioneers fans have been seeing all year long. They're third in the league in scoring, but they allow the fewest points per game this year to the Pioneers. They're first in the league in margin, 17th best scoring margin in all of NCAA at a plus 13.8. They beat the Broncos of Cal Poly Pomona yesterday by 10. Wayne Hampton the third kicks it out. Xavion Binyard for three. That one won't go in as Binyard just 2 points in our opening half. Our leading scorer in today's game is Shakir Ojuano. He's got 6 points and 4 boards. And East Bay will try a three. That one goes in and out from Jalen Foy. And we've gotten stuck on the scoreboard here at 12. Halfway point through the first half. Xavion Binyard can't finish. Both teams going cold scoring-wise. As Jaden Bush gets fouled on the drive. And 2 free throws for Jaden Bush. Honored this week in all CCAA second team selection. Second in the league in assists, but how about this? Second in the league in steals per game for Jaden Bush, the junior from Carson, California. His first season as a Pioneer was over at Dominican from the Pac West a season ago. And they'll get a couple of starters in, will the Pioneers, as the CCAA Player of the Year. Tyree Campbell checks in for the first time, and Ramsey Huff, an all CCAA second team selection, he also checks back in. So Bush makes the free throw. Pioneers go back up by a point. Lumberjacks haven't scored in the last 2 minutes and 43 seconds. As Bush goes 2 of 2 at the line. And it's Lumberjack basketball. 14-12 as we start to settle in here at Kellogg Arena. Pressure from the Pioneers. Oh, and a bad pass stolen by Tyree Campbell. And almost alley-ooped it right there to Campbell from Bush. As Binyard with the finish. 2 fantastic ducks for Xavion Binyard as that one is swatted away. And we have a tangle up here. A hard contact at the rim. No doubt Brian Rooney's going to want a flagrant called on that latest play. Xavion Binyard with a nice finish. The Pioneers get a steal. Then a nice outlet pass from the Lumberjacks that led to the dunk. And that tied the game up at 14. And now the officials are going to review it to make sure if that doesn't meet the criteria for a flagrant. 14 all. This latest play is under review. 9:32 to go in our first half. It's the CCAA Tournament Final, live on Flow Sports and on YouTube. So that last play is under review. We saw a flagrant foul called earlier against the Pioneers. And now maybe we see a flagrant foul called against the Lumberjacks. We will find out in just a matter of moments. CCAA Tournament Final, live on Flow College and on YouTube. We'd like to say hello to our audience watching on YouTube. Glad that you're with us on this Saturday night as we will crown a CCAA Tournament champion in the year 2026. Cal State East Bay looking to remain unbeaten, looking to improve to 30-0. Cal Poly Humboldt looking for their first CCAA tournament championship since 2016. So the officials appear to be done looking at the monitor, and now they're talking within one another. And it looks like we're going to have a verdict here. So it's going to be a common foul on Tyreek McNeil. That's not going to get upgraded to a flagrant. And Jaden Bush was just at the free throw line a couple of moments ago, returning to the free throw line. 14-14 is our score, and Bush misses the first. 5 made shots for the Pioneers on 13 attempts. 5 made shots for the Lumberjacks on 12 attempts. 9:32 to go in our opening half. Bush going 1 of 2 at the line as the CCAA Defensive Player of the Year, Joshua E.J., returns to the Pioneer lineup. 1 point Pioneer lead and full court pressure here on the Lumberjacks. Tyree Campbell using every bit of that 6'5" frame. That's why he's just been so good this year at stealing the ball. Just gets so many deflections, and his effort on the defensive end never goes unnoticed as we have a steal right on cue. 5th steal of the game for the Pioneers as Bush tries a 3, but he misses. Shakir Odwanu with his 5th rebound. And here come the Lumberjacks. Jenkins splits. Jenkins back to Binyard. A couple of times Binyard has been thinking 3, but hasn't shot it yet. Jenkins puts it up, and he gets fouled. So the number 3 seed, the Cal Poly Humboldt Lumberjacks, had a shaky end to CCAA play. They ended CCAA play 2-2, but they won their final 2 games of the regular season, winning again on Thursday and Friday, currently on a 4-game winning streak. And could they find themselves in the NCAA tournament? As the Lumberjacks look for their first NCAA tournament appearance since 2016, the Pioneers haven't made the NCAA tournament at the D2 level. Jenkins goes 2 of 2, and now the Lumberjacks have a 1-point lead. Looking for a monumental upset here from Kellogg Arena on the campus of Cal Poly Pomona. Here are the Pioneers. Here's Jaden Bush. Bush thought about shooting a jumper. Instead, it's going to go to Ramsey Huff. Here's Jalen Foy. Foy posting up. Foy gets to the cup. Can't score. Tips it in. Jalen Foy. Oh, he had missed his first 4 field goal attempts. He makes his 5th. 17-16. And responding right back is Drew Arduin with the made 3. So the Jacks go back up by 2 on their second made 3 of the game. Bush slipping but scoring. And we're all tied up at 19 as we trade leads back and forth. Here comes Wayne Hampton, the 3rd, using the glass. Can't score. Otuano trying to get the board. Couldn't get it. Here comes Tyree Campbell. Campbell glides, goes to the rim, can't score. EJ crashing the boards, and a jump ball. And it's going to be Lumberjack basketball. Hard, physical first half, all tied up at 19. 7 minutes and 28 seconds left in our opening half. Live on Flow College. 19-19 is our score. 7 minutes and 28 seconds left in our first half. The Lumberjacks an efficient 7 of 15 from the field at 47%. East Bay shooting 40, now 38% after the numbers have been adjusted. Cal State East Bay scoring a season high 102 points on February the 5th against Cal State LA. 12 times the Pioneers held their opponents under 50 points. Again, Pomona scoring just 52 points. 13 times holding their opponents under 60 points this year. As for the Lumberjacks, 4 times this year they have gotten to the 90-point mark. And they have possession of the ball, all tied up at 19. Jenkins to Binyard, but Binyard turns it over. Lumberjacks couldn't execute the play. Layup isn't good. EJ gets blocked by Oduano. Brandon Bento-Jackson with it. Arduin with it. Binyard was running on the weak side, perhaps thinking about an alley-oop, but Arduin elected to hold on to the ball. Brandon Bento-Jackson wide open from 3. Can't hit. And last touch by Oduano. And it's going to be Pioneer basketball. Great IQ from Tyree Campbell right there, knowing that that ball was going to go out of bounds. He tipped it off the forehead of Oduano. Pioneers have it. Tyree Campbell can't connect on a 3. So Tyree Campbell, 1 of 3 from the field. He's only attempted 3 field goal attempts. 2 of the 3 have been from long distance. Jenkins goes with this left hand. Jenkins puts it up. Oduano with the recovery. And he lays it in. 21-19 is the score in favor of the the Lumberjacks, I should say. They kick it to the corner. Little step back from Huff, and he knocks it in. Ramsey Huff with his first made 3. Pioneers go back up by a point. Jenkins over to Arduin. Boy, just the way the Pioneers close the gap on these closeouts. Brandon Bento-Jackson puts it up, can't score. Another shot clock violation. That's the 8th turnover of the opening half for the Lumberjacks. Hard physical defense from Cal State East Bay. (22-21). Huff drives baseline, stops. Gonna give it up top. Over to Takai Emerson Hardy. Amari Campbell gonna run the controls. Campbell spins. Campbell kicks it to Takai Emerson Hardy. Fadeaway jumper, no good. Off the front of the rim. Here's Brandon Bento-Jackson. A prolific 3-point shooter. Just 3 points today. Brandon Bento-Jackson. Over to Jenkins. Shot clock's at 13 for the Lumberjacks. Rob Jenkins drives, stops, puts it up, and scores. Rob Jenkins with 4 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists in the opening half. 23-22. EJ with it. And the Lumberjacks have done a good job to really silence this. Oh, what a push off there from Huff, but he can't score. And EJ with the rebound, and he gets fouled. Oh, Ramsey Huff maybe had too much time right there after the push off. And that'll take us into another timeout break. It's a 1-point Cal Poly Humboldt lead, 23-22 over the Pioneers. 3:57 remaining in our opening half. (23-20) is our score. Just under 4 minutes remaining in our opening half. Back and forth we go. As we have already seen several lead changes in this game. We've already seen 10 lead changes in our opening half. Shakiro Juano is our leading scorer in today's game. He's got 8 points. Jaden Bush, the leading scorer for the Pioneers, he's got 7. It's going to be Pioneer basketball from the baseline. They get it inbounds, putting it up, and scoring is Jordan Espinoza. So Espinoza scores, and the Pioneers go back up by a point. Jenkins looking for the screen. He gets it. Jenkins drives. Back out to Brendan Bento-Jackson. Arduin with it. And a foul is called against the Pioneers. And a little perplexed is Jaden Bush, saying, boy, I got hit right in the face and it's a foul against me. So a foul against the Pioneers. And it's going to be free throws for Drew Arduin, the senior from Atascadero, California. Arduin has started the last 7 games for the Pioneers. He's played in every game. No coincidence that when Arduin entered the starting lineup, things started to turn around defensively for the Lumberjacks. 8 times this year they have held their opponents to under 25 made field goals. And that's important because the Lumberjacks this year have allowed the 3rd most points per game in CCAA. Just 9 made field goals for both teams, and it's the Lumberjacks with the 1-point advantage. As the Lumberjacks can't control, ball goes out of play. 25-24. Saw a little bit of this yesterday against Cal Poly Pomona. Pioneers, very tight first half. But boy, were they able to tighten the screws in the second half. Ended up winning that game by 10. Pioneer basketball. Here's Foy. Foy goes with his left hand. Back up top to Bush. Shot clock's at 6. Puts it up. Foy. that was him trying to tip it in. And Jenkins will bring it up the floor. Lumberjacks up by a point, up 25-24. Jenkins drives, push off. Jenkins can't score. That one's off the heel of the rim. Here comes Jaden Bush. Bush finds a lane and scores. Pioneers retake the lead, 26-25. Brandon Bento Jackson, almost stolen away from Jenkins by Bush. Jenkins to Oduano. Oduano puts it down, can't score. Rejected by the defensive player of the year, and EJ. And Bush can't score. EJ recovers, but he gets fouled. Boy, the CCAA Defensive Player of the Year not letting Oduano get anything easy at the rim.
Josh EJ at the line, shooting 2.
And EJ makes the first free throw. 27-25. Xavion Binyard will go to the bench for a little bit. Binyard, a quiet day, just 1 of 3 from the field, much like Tyreek Campbell. So the 2 leading scorers on each team limited to just 3 field goal attempts. No doubt this is a game where it's the others that are having to step up. Wayne Hampton III, offensive foul called against Oduano. So Shakir Oduano gets called for the foul. Lumberjacks down by 2. Here come the Pioneers. 2-point game, 27-25. Campbell kicks it out to Foy. Foy, a foul called against Arduin. So free throws for the Pioneers. And it'll be Jalen Foy to shoot the free throws. So here's Jalen Foy, the senior from North Las Vegas. Makes the first. Foy with 3 points. Everyone on the East Bay side struggling from the field. Tyree Campbell, 1 of 3. Bush, 3 of 7. EJ, 1 of 2. Ramsey Huff, 1 of 4. Foy, 1 of 5. But somehow, some way, the Pioneers have a 4-point advantage. Lumberjacks have already turned the ball over 10 times in our opening half. The Pioneers, however, have only been able to turn it into just 6 points. Jenkins loses it, and it's going to be Pioneer ball. Cal State East Bay, a strong finish to the half, up by 4. 29-25 is the score. Pioneers looking for a strong finish. Bush on the fake handoff to Campbell. They get it up top to Ramsey Huff. Huff over to Foy. Foy trying to muscle his way in. Does just that. Can't score. Foy gets his own rebound and scores. A strong end to the half for the Pioneers. They're on a 7-0 run. Jenkins with 30 seconds left. Pioneers up by 6. They feed it to Oduano. He kicks it to the corner, but he turns it over. Stolen away by Bush. Final 15 seconds. And a hard physical foul from Wayne Hampton III and Bush, as Wayne Hampton III was falling to the ground, and he took Bush with him. And some drama to end the half. No doubt. And it appeared that Bush maybe wrapped his arm around Hampton III's arm. Both players falling down. It was Hampton taking them with him. 31-25, and of course you would expect the emotions to be running high right here. Cal State East Bay with a 7-0 run in these last 3 minutes of our opening half. They lead 31-25. They are trying to secure their first CCAA tournament championship in program history. They are up by 6. And Xavier Binyard will re-enter for Cal Poly Humboldt. (31-25) is our score. As right now we have a play under review. We've already seen a flagrant foul called against the Pioneers. It was called against Matthew Williams all the way back earlier on in the first half. So now the officials taking a look at the video review. Well, yesterday it was 30-27, the lead for East Bay against Pomona. But then the Pioneers outscoring the Broncos by 7 in the second half. 6-point advantage. What a season it has been for the Pioneers. Undefeated, as we've mentioned before, 29-0. And a pretty lengthy review right here. And we do apologize that we don't have access to the replay. But we'll get a call here in a moment. 13.5 seconds remain in half one before we head to the halftime break. Final game of the 2025-26 CCAA season. We saw Cal State LA women's basketball team secure their first ever CCAA tournament championship. Will we see the same for the Pioneers tonight, or will the Lumberjacks secure their third CCAA tournament title? So it appears that the officials are done looking at the monitor. We'll see what happens right here. Shout out to our officiating crew. They've done a tremendous job this weekend officiating the CCAA tournament. 11 made field goals for the Pioneers, 11 of 31 from the field. 9 made field goals for the Lumberjacks. And a trend that we see pretty much every game from the Pioneers. Pioneers with 9 more field goal attempts than the Lumberjacks. But yet the Lumberjacks down by just 6. We'll see what happens here. Thankfully, cooler heads prevailed between Jaden Bush and Wayne Hampton III. And we'll see what the call is. Pretty big call right here. Brian Rooney shaking his head. And if I had to guess, it's probably because Bush, he wrapped his arm around Wayne Hampton III first. Then Wayne Hampton hit the floor and just took Bush with him.
Personal foul on the Lumberjacks, number 5, Wayne Hampton. That is his second personal, team tonight. Flagrant 1 foul on East Bay, number 1, Jaden Bush. His second personal, team 10.
And there we go. So I guess my guess was correct. So they called the foul against Wayne Hampton III, but Jaden Bush did get that flagrant foul. Again, he wrapped his arm around Wayne Hampton III first. So it appears we're going to get free throws for Jaden Bush first because of the foul against the Lumberjacks. And I don't understand why there's free throws for Jaden Bush, technical foul style. He makes the first. So they must have called a double technical here, but that would have offset it. So Jaden Bush at the line nonetheless to shoot two. Makes the first two. And I believe our public address announcer, no, he got it right. So technical free throws for Cal Poly Humboldt now. So both teams get to shoot via penalty. So it's going to be Drew Arduin, an 89% free throw shooter. Arduin, he's only missed 5 free throws all year. And he continues that trend. What a solid free throw shooter Drew Arduin is, as he makes them both. And now a timeout on the floor. So Cal Poly Humboldt wanting a timeout. That'll take us into a quick break. 13.5 seconds to go. Pioneers up by 6. .5 on the clock. It's going to be Lumberjack basketball. (33-27) is the score. Here from Kellogg Arena, opening half of the 2026 CCAA Tournament Final. Final seconds. Jenkins to Binyard. He gets rejected by the CCAA Defensive Player of the Year. And putting it up and almost scoring was Amari Campbell. He'll shoot free throws. Boy, Binyard got rejected at the rim. The Lumberjacks were trying to get a quick bucket. 33-27. It's a 6-point Cal State East Bay lead. And Amari Campbell makes the first free throw. Pioneers 10 of 12 at the line in this opening half. Campbell goes 2 of 2. 4.5. Can the Lumberjacks get one last shot in? Well, look at this full court pressure from the Pioneers. Almost stolen away, and it was. Brandon Bento Jackson gonna have to put it up from half court. And that shot's not gonna count because it's not gonna go in. Halftime from Kellogg Arena, the 2026 CCAA Tournament Final. We've played 20, and it is the Pioneers with a 35-27 lead over the Lumberjacks. This is the 2026 CCAA Tournament Final, live on Flow College and on YouTube. We'll take a break. We'll be back after these messages. We'll return for the second half as we will crown a champion. Halftime here at the 2026 CCAA Tournament Final featuring the Lumberjacks and the Pioneers. And it is the Pioneers with an 8-point lead. It is their largest lead of the game as we get ready for the final 20 minutes of action. Our leading scorer in today's game is Jaden Bush. He's got 11 points. Joshua E.J., he's got 8 rebounds. And 4 assists for Amari Campbell. He has all 4 of the Pioneer assists. As for Cal Poly Humboldt, Shakir Odwanu, 8.7 rebounds. He's leading the way for the Lumberjacks. Lumberjacks shooting 39% from the field, 35% from the field are the Pioneers. And it's going to be East Bay basketball to start this second half. So here we go, 20 minutes left to crown the 2026 CCAA Tournament Champion. The Pioneers look for their first conference championship in program history. The Lumberjacks look for their third in their program's rich history. So here we go, we are underway. Jalen Foy with the basketball as we switch sides. Tyree Campbell, just enough space to take a three and to knock in a three. And the instinct from Tyree Campbell, knew that he was wide open, takes a three, and now a double-digit lead for Cal State East Bay. 38-27 is the score. Brandon Bento Jackson pulls up from three, can't answer back. Shakir Odwanu with the rebound, and he gets fouled. And Shakir Odwanu, who shot 20 free throws yesterday in the win against Dominguez, he gets fouled, and he'll go to the line for just the second time today. Shakir Odwanu, the senior from Cairo, Egypt, a transfer from Cal State Bakersfield, a former CCAA school. And Odwanu makes the first free throw. Shot a lot of free throws in that second half against the Toros. And Odwanu looking to go 2 of 2 from the line. Two of 2 from the free throw line for Shakir Odwanu. 38-29 is the lead for the Pioneers. The Lumberjacks cut it back to single digits. Bush wide open for three, and Jaden Bush! 14 points for Bush. His season high is 20. That was against San Francisco State. 41-29 is the score. Here's Rob Jenkins. Pioneers, 2 threes made at the start of the second half. Jenkins, fakes the left, goes with the right, can't score. Odwanu had it for a second, and Bush takes a tumble, securing the offensive board. Foul's going to be on Xavion Pinyard. He fouled out of the game yesterday. 41-29. Here's Jalen Foy. Ramsey Huff. Tyree Campbell cutting to the basket. Huff for three. And the first missed three of the game for the Pioneers as Odwanu got fouled trying to secure the rebound. And it's going to be Lumberjack basketball. Arduin, where's he going to go? He's going to go to Jenkins. Great full court pressure again from the Pioneers as they are on an extended 11-2 run right now. Xavion Binyard grabs it for a second. They pass it inside to Odwanu. Odwanu has it, trying to post up. Odwanu can't score. He gets rejected, but it's Jenkins for three, and Rob Jenkins hits a massive three. And the lead gets cut back down to 9. That is Pioneers ball. So the Lumberjacks get a made 3. They only made 2 threes in the opening half. As we have another foul called, and it's going to go against the Lumberjacks. Foul's going to go against Brandon Bento Jackson. And it's going to be Jaden Bush who will take the ball out. 9-point game. Tyree Campbell trying to post up. Campbell with the left hand, can't score. EJ with the rebound. Pioneers moving the ball around. Here comes Jaden Bush. Bush thought about a 2. Good closeout from Arduin. Here's Foy. Foy using the left hand. He can't score. And Oduano knocks it out of bounds as EJ all fired up. As he forced Oduano to knock that ball out of bounds. Campbell for 3 again. Tyree Campbell, the CCAA Player of the Year, has knocked down both of his threes in this second half. And the Pioneers go up by 12. Timeout on the floor. We take a break. Cal State East Bay leading 44-32. Three or so minutes have gone by in the second half, and Tyree Campbell has made 2 threes. In fact, the Pioneers have made 3 threes. What a fantastic season for Tyree Campbell, the CCAA Player of the Year. Having himself a fantastic tournament. So it's Lumberjack basketball. After that, Tyree Campbell made 3. Jenkins gets shoved into a corner, but he gets fouled by Campbell. Maybe a little too aggressive on the defensive side right there. 44-32 is the score. Pioneers 3 of 7 from the field in the second half. Lumberjacks just 1 of 4. As Tyree Campbell will take a quick break. Wayne Hampton III into the game for the first time. Over to Jenkins. He had a huge made 3 just a moment ago. They kick it to the corner. Here's Arduin. Arduin gets to the basket. Arduin thinking about putting it up. Back to Binyard for 3. Binyard can't score. A quiet day for Binyard on the offensive end. Only 4 points, 2 of 6 from the field. And he can't score right there either, but he gets fouled. 44-32. So Binyard to shoot a couple free throws. Xavion Binyard, an all-CCAA first-team selection, 4th in the league in scoring, 2nd in the league in field goal percentage this year. third most blocks in the conference as well. 9th in the league in minutes per game as well. Binyard goes 2 of 2. And for the Lumberjacks, they're going to need Binyard to get it going here. 44-34. It's a 10-point game. Here's Amari Campbell. Jaden Bush. He's got 14 points. Here's Campbell again. Campbell gets rejected by Binyard, but it's stolen away by Bush. Back-to-back great defensive plays from each team, and Bush tries to go high off the glass, and he gets fouled. And a timeout on the floor. What a game this has been. The 2026 CCAA Tournament Final, certainly not disappointing. It's a 10-point Cal State East Bay lead, looking to improve to 30-0. Just under 16 minutes remain in our tournament final, the final game of the 2025-26 CCAA season. Thanks for joining us on Flow College here on YouTube, the home of CCAA basketball. Excited to continue our partnership with Flow College. 10-point Cal State East Bay lead. They closed out the first half on a big scoring run. And they start off this second half with another strong performance. Tyree Campbell with a couple of May threes. But it's Jaden Bush. He's the leading scorer in today's game. Bush second in the league in steals per game, 11th in assists per game this year. Bush also averaging 11 points per game. Bush had a season-high 20 points against Jessup and against LA. And Bush goes 1 of 2. Bush now with 15 points. And backed into a corner was Wayne Hampton the third. Arduin, a deep three from the logo. Drew Arduin, a huge bucket. He's got 10 points. Oh, another timely made three, but the floater is good for Bush. 17 points, closing in on that season high of 20. Rob Jenkins. So just when Arduin had a big three, the Pioneers have an answer right back. Jenkins runs into a wall. Here's Xavion Binyard. Binyard with the handoff. Here's Wayne Hampton the third. He's going to try a three. His three is short. Here's Jalen Foy. Numbers for the Pioneers in transition. And an offensive foul as Amari Campbell had the made bucket. But an offensive foul is called. Pioneer fans were ready to explode, and they did explode. Disappointed that call went the other way. Still a 10-point lead for Cal State East Bay. Final remaining unbeaten team in all of NCAA D2. Jenkins. Jenkins drives, finds a lane. Jenkins puts it up and scores. Rob Jenkins with 9 points and 4 rebounds. Also has a pair of assists. But this is where the Lumberjacks got to get it going. They've had some great defensive displays in this CCAA tournament. In their wins against San Marcos and against Cal State Dominguez Hills. Mari Campbell gets fouled. Foul's going to go against Drew Arduin. Terrence Haywood will. Actually, it's going to be taken out from the baseline from Amari Campbell. (47-39). Campbell with it. Nice feed inside, and scoring is Terrence Haywood, and he got fouled. The junior from Ridgecrest, California, a transfer from Sonoma State. And Haywood at the line. Pioneers up by 10. Haywood knocks in the free throw. So the lead is back to 11. Jenkins being defended by Peyton White, being guarded by White. White, Binyard, extra pass, Arduin for 3. Arduin can't score. And Peyton White, the 6'4" senior from Riverside, with the rebound. Here's Haywood yet again. Haywood puts it up again, can't score. Here's Wayne Hampton III. And Hampton III tried to get away. But a foul against White.
Pioneers foul on number 40, Peyton White. His second personal, team foul number 6.
Lumberjack basketball. Just 3 of 8 from the field in the second half. Jenkins drives, Jenkins trying to split the defense. Couldn't do so. Foul is called. That's going to go against Amari Campbell. So Campbell, that'll be his second foul. And Rob Jenkins looking to join Drew Arduin and Shakir Oduanu in double-figure scoring. Oduanu, by the way, still yet to come back into the game. As Jenkins makes the first free throw. Jenkins with a season-high 28 points against Jessup back in November. Jenkins with 3 20-point games this year, 16 double-digit scoring performances during the regular season. And a rebound from the Pioneers. Cal State East Bay basketball. Up by 10, 50-40. Huff, that one gets rejected. Taken away by Huff. Wayne Hampton III with the steal. Arduin back to Binyard for 3. He can't score as Binyard misses his third 3 of the game. And last touched by the Pioneers. It's still going to be Humboldt basketball. Jalen Foy going to come back in.
Substitution in for East Bay, number 7, Jalen Foy.
Jalen Foy comes back in. Mostly bench players on the floor for East Bay. Jenkins drives. Jenkins can't score. Binyard tried to tip it in, but couldn't do so. Williams for two. Williams scores! His first bucket of the game. Williams, that was his first shot of the game. Remember, he had that flagrant foul in the first half, and Williams knocks that ball out of bounds. As Raiden Thorson will see action in this final for the first time. Brandon Bento Jackson in for the first time in the second half, I should say. Thorson, so some more ball handling for DJ Broom and his team. Oh, what a pass from Thorson and a layup from Arduin. So Thorson, the junior from Queen Creek, Arizona, comes in and immediately delivers an assist. He averages 1 assist per game this year. And a three taken and missed by Campbell. Wayne Hampton the third. Step back. Oh, Hampton puts it on the floor. Hampton kicks it out. Extra pass. Brandon Bento Jackson. Back to Thorson. Ball movement from the Lumberjacks. You just felt like they should have taken that three a moment ago. They had some momentum going. Over to Binyard. Puts it up and scores. And a foul. Xavion Binyard. Just 8 points and 3 boards. But could that be the bucket that starts to get them going? Lumberjacks cut the lead back down to 8. 11 minutes remain in our CCAA tournament final. We'll be back on Flow College and on YouTube. It's an 8-point game. The Lumberjacks looking for their third conference tournament championship in program history. The Pioneers looking for their first. So Xavion Binyard at the line to try to complete a 3-point play. Binyard struggling from the field today. Not all too many shot attempts in this game, but he misses a free throw right there. So Binyard, these free throws for the Lumberjacks could mean a little more coming up. To Kai Emerson Hardy. Over to Jalen Foy. Foy, wide open three for White. Off the heel, Binyard with the rebound as he climbs the ladder. Wayne Hampton the third. Kicks it to Brandon Bento Jackson for three. That one's off. Binyard with the rebound. Back to Arduin. Here's Thorson. Thorson puts it on the floor. Thorson feeds it inside. Oh, and almost a finish by Wayne Hampton III. Raiden Thorson coming in, delivered a dime on his first pass of the game. Almost had his second straight assist. 52-44. And it's Wayne Hampton III shooting free throws. Lumberjacks 13 of 17 from the line today. So Wayne Hampton III, a junior from San Diego, California. And it's a 7-point lead off of the heel of the rim. And coming in is Jordan Espinoza, the sophomore, and he grabs a rebound. Jaden Bush being pestered by Thorson. Bush drives, but he gets fouled. And it's going to be Pioneer ball. So Thorson with the foul. Pioneer basketball. Tyree Campbell back into the game. Here's Foy, gets away from the defender, can't score. Ball gets tipped away, right back to the Pioneers. Jaden Bush, 17 points today. Bush puts it up, and Bush, that one goes in and out of the rim. And Foy gets fouled trying to secure the rebound. And a foul against Wayne. No, it's going to be on Drew Arduin. So Drew Arduin with the foul. Shakiro Duano, by the way, still hasn't played in the second half. Or he hasn't returned in the second half, I should say. And free throws for Jalen Foy. Foy, 29 games played, 29 games started. He has only missed one game this year. Oh, what a save from Bush to Campbell. Extra pass to Foy from the corner. Jalen Foy missed his first 3 attempts from 3. He makes his 4th. Pioneers back up by 10, but an answer back from the Lumberjacks as it's Darrell Thomas. Back to a 7-point game. Huff over to Campbell. Foy from the other side, drives in. Foy gets away and scores. A personal 5-0 run for Jalen Foy. Personal 5-0 run for Jalen Foy, and the Pioneers holding under their lead right here. They lead by 9. Hampton III drives in. Beautiful right-handed finish by Thomas. A lot of production off of the bench for the Lumberjacks. (57-50). 3 7-point game. Tyree Campbell off balance, can't score. Almost got it himself. Huff secures it again. Bush steps right into a 3. Tying a season high with 20 points. Jaden Bush. All smiles after that 3. And it's back up to 10. Thorson gets the ball taken away by Espinoza. And a foul called against Binyard. Pioneers are rolling high right now. Free throws for Tyree Campbell after this break. 60-50 is our score. Cal State East Bay starting to feel it. 7:40 to go. Cal State East Bay. They've made 3 of their last 4 shots. They lead by 10. And it's, correction, I said it was Tyree Campbell. It's actually Jalen Foy at the line. And Foy, a 1+1, makes the first. Foy with 12 points. Could tie a season high right here. The season high of 13 points. 17 points is the season high. 17 points. Foy goes 2 of 2. He's got 13. Foy, Bush. They've been the propellers of the offense. The Conference Player of the Year, Tyree Campbell, with just 9 points. But Bush and Foy stepping up in a big way. Pioneers up by 12. Wade Hampton the third. Gets rejected by the Conference Defensive Player of the Year. And a steal. Huff has it. Man, Joshua EJ, just such a presence. What a rim protector Foy, or EJ is. Bush has it. Bush burning some clock. Bush puts it up and scores. Season high 22 points for Jaden Bush. And it's a 14-point lead. Largest lead of the game as that one swirls out for Thorson. EJ with another rebound. And Jaden Bush is going to hold off for a minute. Jaden Bush, 7 of 12 from the field, 6 of 8 from the free throw line, 22 points, 5 rebounds, 2 steals, and an assist. And almost had a one-handed layup, but EJ with the recovery. EJ and Bush leading the way for the Pioneers. 66-50 is the score. The Pioneers doing what they have done to their opponents all season long. Starting to separate and pull away with the lead and perhaps a win. 16-point lead when we return. Well, the Pioneers up by 16. Pioneers against the Lumberjacks. Still lots of time left for the Lumberjacks, however. Shakiro Duano back on the floor for the Jacks. $66-50 is our score. Wayne Hampton puts it up. Can't score. And fighting for the board is EJ and Oduano. And a foul and free throws for Cal State East Bay. Both teams in the penalty. So it's Joshua EJ, this year's CCAA Defensive Player of the Year from Milton Keynes, England. The 6'9" forward was at Missouri, Kansas City a season ago. His first year as a Pioneer. EJ averaging 4 points per game, 5 points, 5 rebounds per game this year. He's shooting 60% from the field this year, but again, his numbers on the stat sheet aren't going to stand out, but boy, his defense is contagious, and it has been contagious for this entire Pioneer team. The anchor of the Pioneer defense, one of the very best in all of NCAA. 18-point advantage. Lumberjacks, 2 terrific wins in this CCAA tournament. In the CCAA tournament final for the first time under head coach DJ Broom in his first year. Can they find a way to make a comeback? It's going to start right there with Drew Arduin. 16-point game, and they throw it away. Almost. The Pioneers. Foy somehow saves it. And the Pioneers are going to slow things down. 68-52. A drive for Campbell. Here's Ramsey Huff. Huff stops, puts it up, and Huff can't score. Oduano with the rebound. Brandon Bento Jackson with just 3 points. He does have a made 3, but that's it. He's only 1 of 4 from 3-point range. Savion Binyard is on the bench, and a nice pass inside to Oduano. So a quick 5-0 swing. Lumberjacks down by 15, by 14 I should say. 14 is the lead. Cal State East Bay, 4 minutes remain. Here's Campbell. Here's Tyree Campbell. He started off the half with a couple of made 3s. And a dribble and a shot from Campbell and a made 3. Oh, Mari Campbell. And you can see the confidence as the Pioneers, that is their 6th made 3 of the second half. 9 total made 3s. 71-54 is the score. Cal State East Bay. 3:41 to go. 71-54 is the lead. We'll be right back. So Cal State East Bay challenging that last play, challenging the out of bounds call. As this play is under review. Boy, Cal State East Bay exploding in the second half, for 36 points, allowing just 27. Pioneers shot just 35% in the first half, shooting 48% in this second half. Cal Poly Humboldt, however, they're shooting 40% overall, 18 made field goals, but the Pioneers have 5 more made field goals with 23. 9 assists for the Pioneers, 10 for Cal Poly Humboldt. 4 of them for Wayne Hampton III. And the rebounding battle, advantage Pioneers 36-29. And the challenge is successful. And it's going to be Pioneer ball. So it's going to be East Bay basketball as the challenge is successful. "17-point lead, 71-54. Foy to EJ. EJ hooks it in. And he's trying to get the crowd riled up. As Joshua EJ perhaps with the championship in sight. 19-point lead. And Diaz drives and a whistle. Amari Campbell with the foul. Now it's Rob Jenkins at the line. So Jenkins makes the first. Jenkins with 11 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, a steal. But he has 5 turnovers and 28 minutes played. In fact, the Lumberjacks have turned the ball over 14 times. Just 6 turnovers for Cal State East Bay. No doubt Brian Rooney, he's going to look at that number and he's going to be very pleased with that. And Amari Campbell going to burn some clock. Under 3 minutes remain in our tournament final. The screen from EJ. Campbell up against Jenkins. Foy for 3. And maybe got some contact there as EJ gets an offensive rebound. Foy, Campbell for 3. Campbell can't knock it in. Campbell 3 of 5 from 3-point range today. Final 2 minutes and 25 seconds. Now or never for the Lumberjacks. Diaz goes up, but it's swatted away by Amari Campbell. And Jaden Bush, season high 22 points. He's our leading scorer in today's game. Bush, 7 of 13 from the field, 2 of 3 from 3-point range, and 6 of 8 from the free throw line. They'll get it into Oduano. He puts it up and he gets fouled. We saw a lot of that yesterday where the Toros kept on fouling Oduano. (73-56). So Shakir Oduano with 13 points and 9 rebounds. Oduano double-doubles in every game in this tournament, just 1 rebound away from another double-double. And it's back to a 15-point game. Final 2 minutes. Pioneers can smell the CCAA tournament championship. Lumberjacks, however, they've still got some fight left in them. Bush drives, Bush swatted away by Oduano, but EJ recovers. Oduano swatted it away, but he didn't realize where the ball was. And EJ cleans it up and scores. EJ now with 10 points, 13 rebounds, 1 assist, 1 steal, 1 block. However, EJ fouls Rob Diaz right there. And Joshua EJ, what a performance. Rob Jenkins at the free throw line. Can't make the first free throw. Minute 31 to go. 17-point Cal State East Bay advantage. Trying to improve to 30-0 and remain unbeaten as they look to head into the regional with a perfect record. They look for their first regional appearance as a D2 school. And now Campbell gets fouled, intentional foul call by Darrell Thomas. Lots of time shaved off the clock right there. And the Pioneers going to try to put this one away at the free throw line. And it's going to be Amari Campbell, a sophomore from Rialto, California. Spent his first year at the University of the Pacific. Then Amari Campbell played in just 8 games. This year as a Pioneer has played in every game. And Campbell with 5 points today and 5 assists as the Lumberjacks almost throw it away. Arduin for 3. Arduin can't score. And it's Campbell right on cue with the rebound. Final minute. Tyree Campbell lays it in. 11 points for Tyree Campbell. 2 steals and a block. Final minute of our CCAA Tournament Championship game. Oduano offensive rebound. Junks it through. 47.5 to go. 16-point game. Pioneers 40 seconds away from their first ever CCAA Tournament Championship. And the fans are starting to feel it. And Bush putting on the final finishing touches. Tyree Campbell will check out, the CCAA Player of the Year, perhaps with the game-sealing layup, as Iprie Egby sees action for the first time today. Jaden Bush, what a performance today from Bush. 23 points in the CCAA tournament final. 30 seconds left. What a season it was, though, however, for the Lumberjacks. First year under head coach DJ Broom in the CCAA tournament final, as EJ again with another rejection, but a foul. What a moment we are experiencing here. A ton of Cal State East Bay supporters all on their feet because they know what's going to happen in 20.7 seconds. The Cal State East Bay Pioneers are set for their first CCAA tournament championship in program history. We do have a review on the floor as the officials are taking a look at that last play. What a moment this is. Brian Rooney, after not making the conference tournament at all last year, a perfect season for Cal State East Bay, looking to improve to 30-0. Shakir Oduano at the line. 16 points and 11 rebounds for Oduano. So Oduano will get a free throw. So they called the goaltend and the foul, so that was an and one opportunity for Oduano. But he misses the free throw, and a foul against the Lumberjacks right here. And more free throws for Cal State East Bay. Pioneers holding the Cal Poly Humboldt to 39% from the field. East Bay shooting 41% from the field. Andrew Camacho, Maxwell McCall, all on the floor. And shooting the free throws right there is Iprie Egby, the senior from Bakersfield, California. David Flipovas also on the floor. And you hear the roar of the crowd. Final 18 seconds. Cal Poly Humboldt with the basketball. Thorson, will he try one last shot? They'll pass it over to Veram Matabushi. Matabushi with the deep three, can't score. And for the first time ever in program history, the Cal State East Bay Pioneers are CCAA tournament champions. The magical season continues, 30-0 for Cal State East Bay. They win a final score of 80-63. The Pioneers, unbeaten this year, and have punched their ticket to the NCAA tournament for the first time in the D2 era. Cal State East Bay, your 2025 CCAA tournament champions. Congratulations to Cal Poly Humboldt on a wonderful season. No doubt DJ Broom, big things to come for the Lumberjacks, but this night is going to belong to Brian Rooney and the Cal State East Bay Pioneers. Congratulations to Cal State East Bay, your 2026 CCAA tournament champions. Brian Rooney, the CCAA Coach of the Year, has something special going with this group. They're number 2 in the national rankings. They're the last unbeaten team left in NCAA. And now the question is, they're one of 64 teams remaining. Can they bring home a national championship up north to Cal State East Bay? Incredible, incredible. What a performance from the Pioneers. Jaden Bush, season high 23 points. How about Joshua EJ, 12 points, 15 rebounds, 2 blocks. And Brian Rooney telling the East Bay supporters, hey, come join the party. What a class act he is, no doubt about that. If you ever meet Brian Rooney, he's one of the most respectable coaches we have in our entire conference. Just a stand-up human being. And it's so great to see him finally rewarded for all his hard work. It's great to see all these players rewarded for their hard work. Tyree Campbell in his 3rd season, he saw a lot of ups and downs, but he stayed committed to Brian Rooney and his vision. And look what we have now, 2026 CCAA tournament champions, the Cal State East Bay Pioneers. What a tournament this was. Cal Poly Humboldt with some great wins, upsetting Dominguez Hills yesterday in a thrilling overtime game. But it's Cal State East Bay, 30-0. The first team to go unbeaten in CCAA play in the 22-game format. And they remain perfect as they head into the NCAA tournament.
From Cal State East Bay, Josh EJ.
What a tournament it was for Joshua EJ. You saw him get the crowd all riled up. Shakiro Duano and Xavier Binyard, a part of the All-CCAA tournament team as well. Joshua EJ, the CCAA Defensive Player of the Year.
From Cal State East Bay, Tyree Campbell.
And how about Tyree Campbell? 11 points, but he hit 2 huge threes. That set the tone in the second half for the Pioneers. Tyree Campbell, this year's CCAA Player of the Year. A fantastic season for Tyree Campbell. Brian Rooney's guy, a guy who he has trusted for the last 3 seasons.
And our CCAA Tournament Most Valuable Player from Cal State East Bay, Jaden Bush.
Oh, Jaden Bush with the tournament MVP award. And why not? Season high 23 points for Jaden Bush. He had 15 in the win against Pomona yesterday. Oh, Jaden Bush, he was lighting it up from the field all game long. Congratulations to the Pioneers and Jaden Bush. So there you have it, your all CCAA tournament team. And all smiles from the Pioneers. There's something contagious about this group that you just love watching them play. You just love being around them. Brian Rooney, when he shakes everybody's hand, no matter who it is, shakes your hand with the utmost care. He's genuinely curious of how you are. He wants to see you do well. He wants to see his players do well. And these Pioneer players have bought in. So our great commissioner, Alan Hardison of CCAA, presenting Brian Rooney with the hardware, and the Cal State East Bay Pioneers, the winners of the 2026 CCAA Tournament Championship. Their first ever in program history. So tomorrow at 8 p.m. on NCAA.com, it'll be the selection show. We will find out the tournament field for the NCAA tournament. And I mean, without a doubt, the Pioneers, they're going to be the number one team, the number one ranked team in the West region. I don't have any doubts about that. They'll probably end up hosting the NCAA West Regional as well. What a season it is, and it continues to be for the Cal State East Bay Pioneers. What a season it's been for them. One of the more magical seasons I've ever gotten a chance to cover. Been working for CCAA for a few years now, and there's a little something extra about this team. The proverbial it factor, that's what this team has. Everybody embracing each other, everybody happy for one another. Cal State East Bay, the 2026 CCAA Tournament Champions. Won't be long before they start cutting the net down, but it's going to be a night full of celebration for East Bay. And I'm curious when the preparation for the NCAA tournament starts for Brian Rooney. Does it start tonight? Or does it start tomorrow after a night of celebration? He's certainly earned it. So we started with 6 teams, and we finished with one winner, and it's the Cal State East Bay Pioneers, as they'll do the net cutting here.